Never have I ever felt more behind than now. Everyone around me is moving either to the next stage in life, getting paid more, or buying houses, and I feel stuck. A big issue for me is money. It's not like I'm struggling or in debt, but it feels like I'm getting nowhere. It feels like I am just repeating my day over and over, not accomplishing anything in life. Recently, one question keeps coming to my mind, and it is this enough for my goals in life? Hello, everybody. My name is Sui, and I am a 24-year-old working as a systems engineer. I make about 77K a year, getting roughly around 2K biweekly after taxes and benefits. I live in Illinois, where the gas is around $4 a gallon, and everything just keeps rising, and the cost of living is insane. Despite me earning around 77K, uh, I still feel like I won't ever be able to retire early or accomplish anything I want unless I change. My goal in life is to achieve financial freedom, and I don't want to be forced into a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I want to spend time with my future family, and I don't want to stress about bills or even getting laid off from my job or have a single source of income. Living here, after rent, food, and gas, I could barely save around $1,500 a month, and that just doesn't feel like it'll ever be enough in life. What I really want in life is I want control. I want control over my life. And the answer to that, I believe, is money. Money to me isn't everything, but I do believe it makes everything easier, makes life easier. And I don't want to live a hard life. I want an easy life. What I want is financial freedom. I need to break free from the stress of money. And to achieve that, I've came up with a plan with goals that I need to accomplish in order to achieve financial freedom. My plans are to successfully invest 100K into the stock market, become a landlord, and to get a side hustle that could bring in some money. First, into investing. I am doing this based on the principle of compound wealth, where your money makes you more money. And by doing this, not only can I beat inflation, it could even earn me a little bit more money uh, when the stock market is doing well. I have about 42K invested total, 21K in my individual, 13K in my Roth IRA, and 6K in retirement. I mostly invest in VOO and QQQ, but I recently decided to switch over to buying QQQM instead of QQQ. Um, QQQM, I believe, is the same thing essentially as QQQ, but much cheaper. That's why I'm switching over. I'm buying about 500 in VOO and 500 now into QQQM monthly. Unfortunately, due to the global conflicts, and me not knowing what to invest in, and also in order to profit, off the war, sounds terrible, but but that's what a lot of people are doing. They're trying to profit off the war, and so everything in my current account is just losing money in the red. I have lost about, 2K's worth so far. It's probably still going to go down unless, the global conflicts uh eventually gets resolved. But, I'm still buying and hoping the prices would drop, the price drop would help me out in the future. Um, watching your money drop further and further sucks, even though I invested into like the safest options, EFTs, S&P 500. Um, but I don't know how to time the market. That's why I don't time it. I set it on a schedule where it buys $500 worth after every one of my paychecks. That way, I could feel less stressed about it, less opportunity to look at my portfolio. Because every time I look at it, oh man, it hurts. It hurts. But I'm gonna trust the process, see how it goes. And my goal is once I reach 100K, that's when the compound interest really begins to make a difference. It's almost like, getting a paycheck's worth of money monthly for free. But succeeding in the market isn't my only goal. Buying a rental, eventually renting that out is my next goal. I do believe that the house market is more reliable and more profitable in the stock market. I mean, sorry, than the stock market. So yeah, that's why I want to get into the landlord business. But I know I just don't have enough money yet. I'm hoping the stock market, could one day help me out in this aspect later down my life, where it could generate me consistent amount of money, and I could take that money, go buy houses. So my first step now, instead of relying on the stock market just yet, I'm gonna rely on a thing called HYSA, which is another term for high yield saving account. So starting today, actually, before this video, I made a plan where I'm going to throw about $350 into my high yield saving account on SoFi, and it's about 4% return every month. I'm going to do that every time I get paid, which is going to be at least twice a month. I currently have about 11K total in my high yield saving accounts, but which is giving me about 30 some dollars a month, with a monthly increase now of 300 and something dollars. That's gonna go up for sure, but that 100K in there is just solely for emergency funds, so I won't be touching that anytime soon. Hopefully I won't ever have to touch that, but that's just in there for emergency. So I'm gonna start throwing $350 into my other vault, I'll call it. But yeah, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because high yield savings account guarantees, and it guarantees a profit monthly, but at a much lower rate. This allows me to access my money much sooner than it would be if it was in the stock market. Um, the only reason why I didn't put it in the stock market is because the stock market is just way too risky. Your money may go down in value, and it could take days to sell the stock just to get your money back. And sorry, not just to get your money, not even the full amount sometimes if the market is down. And my goal is to use my high yield saving account to eventually reach 23 thousand. I'm gonna be leveraging the 4% each month. This roughly will take me about 2 hours. Oh, sorry, not 2 hours, 2 years if I keep putting about $600 monthly into this. But unfortunately, that still isn't enough to buy a rental or a house. That would only cover the down payment, which is about 10 to 20% of the house that you need. Well, 10%, 10 to 20% of the house that I would want to buy in order to rent. So, in order to get enough money, I would probably still need a side income. Otherwise, this would take me over decades if I want to buy anything, and I don't want to wait that long. Um, you know, so on to the next thing. So I would need a side income. Now, to get a side income for me, it just isn't very easy. I work a 9 to 5, and by the time I get home, I am just exhausted. Like I don't even feel like gaming some days, much less find more work. Um, I do enjoy YouTube, but I do hope YouTube could one day become one of my side incomes. So far, I don't have any side income. I'm bringing in $0 right now, but hopefully, starting from this month, I can work towards building a side income. Um, I'm mainly using this channel to keep myself responsible and to just share and talk with anyone that's, willing to listen to me. Uh, Now that being said, if you could leave a like and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right, back to the topic. My first hope is to make good enough videos that eventually bring in money. Of course, I'm I'm not gonna make soulless like soulless cash grab videos. I will only be making videos, stuff that I truly believe in, stuff I actually want to talk about. Um, so yeah, in the future, I'll be looking into more ways I can build more meaningful side incomes, not just YouTube. Don't really have a plan for that just yet, but it'd be in the workings. All I really need is about, $100 extra monthly, in order to speed up my dreams. Uh, so yeah, in order to achieve financial freedom on 77K salary, it feels like a pipe dream. The cost of living is insanely expensive. Rent, food, and especially gas, it keeps rising faster than what we can earn these days. And I'm on a 77K salary, and that's already pretty good for my age. And I can't imagine how hard it is for anybody else earning less than me. Um, yeah, it feels like I'll never be able to catch up to others on just a 9 to 5. You know, if I don't make any changes now, I'll be lucky to retire at 65 with any money. Um, I don't want to wait until I'm 65 to enjoy life. I want to enjoy it while I'm still healthy. So I'm putting my plans here on YouTube. Hopefully, this will document my journey, keep me responsible, the deal. If you feel like, this video was helpful or enjoyable, please subscribe, leave a like, comment if you got any thoughts. I'll be posting more videos soon, and I hope everyone great luck in life. Thank you.